Australia built plenty of panel vans, but only a few looked good enough to become legends. Some were born as basic work vehicles, then somehow turned into surf icons, street machines, and rolling pieces of 1970s style. But which one was the best looking of them all? Welcome to the 15 most beautiful Australian panel vans ever made, and number 1 is the van that basically defined the whole scene. The FJ Holden panel van earns its place on the strength of one of the most charming shapes to ever leave a local factory. Rounded, simple, and wearing that famously friendly face, this was a van that looked beautiful without apparently trying, which is a skill most designers spend entire careers chasing and most never quite catch. Those soft curved lines wrapped the enclosed load area with natural ease, and the shape resisted criticism from every angle. Nobody was fitting racing stripes to an FJ panel van. The beauty came entirely from the design itself rather than anything bolted on afterward, which is always the best possible arrangement. Without the FJ laying the groundwork, there is no Sandman, no Sundowner, and no list like this one. Every beautiful Australian panel van owes the humble FJ a small but entirely genuine debt. Consider this exactly that. The XK Falcon arrived in 1960 with clean, American-influenced lines that looked genuinely modern for the era, and the panel van carried all of that fresh styling without compromise. This was not yet the age of lifestyle vans and beach culture, but the XK panel van looked like it belonged somewhere more interesting than a tradesman's driveway, even if most of its working life was spent in exactly that location. Those uncluttered flanks, simple chrome details, and overall tidiness gave the XK panel van a visual honesty that holds up surprisingly well today. Ford had produced a proper work vehicle that happened to look quite good doing it, which in 1960 was a more unusual achievement than it might sound. The XK is the starting point of a Ford van story that would eventually deliver the Sundowner and the XB. Not glamorous yet, but the foundations are absolutely worth admiring. And that was just the early stuff. The real panel van madness has not even started yet, because once the shapes get wider, the stripes get louder, and Ford joins the fight properly, this list gets a lot harder to argue with. There is a saying among Holden enthusiasts that the EH shape works on everything, and the panel van is the evidence most frequently cited in that argument. Clean, upright, and carrying those elegantly resolved lines that made the EH one of the finest-looking Holdens ever produced. The panel van version looked like the designer had given it precisely as much thought as the sedan. The proportions were simply right. The roofline sat at exactly the correct height, the flanks were clean without being dull, and the whole shape communicated something between competence and genuine style that very few commercial vehicles manage simultaneously. EH panel vans in good condition are rare and seriously coveted today. When a shape is that well resolved, it is never just a van. It is a rolling piece of Australian design history, and the market prices it accordingly. The HR Holden took everything the EH had established and quietly sharpened it. Smoother lines, a more refined front end, and improved proportions gave the HR panel van a slightly more contemporary elegance while retaining every bit of the classic Holden character buyers expected. It was not a radical departure, it was simply a confident improvement delivered with very good taste. The front-end treatment gave the HR a tidier, more resolved face, and those cleaner flanks let the body shape do the visual work without unnecessary decoration. Holden understood that the best-looking commercial vehicles are almost always the most restrained ones, and the HR made that point convincingly. Clean examples attract serious collector attention today, and finding one in decent condition requires patience, persistence, and occasionally a very understanding family who hoped you had grown out of this particular hobby. So far, these vans are beautiful because they are simple. Next, Australia starts building panel vans that look less like work vehicles and more like something that should have been parked outside a beach house with a surfboard on top. The XA Falcon was Ford's first fully Australian-designed Falcon, and when that shape arrived on a panel van body, the result was immediate and impressive. It was big, wide, and carrying muscular proportions that made earlier Falcon vans look politely modest. The XA announced that Ford's commercial vehicles had absolutely no interest in going unnoticed. The wider stance and stronger lines gave it a road presence that previous Falcon vans could only dream about. This was a genuinely handsome commercial body wearing a genuinely handsome shape, and the combination worked without requiring lifestyle packaging to make it interesting. The bones were simply excellent, which is always the best possible place to start. The XA panel van laid the visual foundation for the XB that would follow and improve further still, but deserves full credit in its own right for what it achieved. Among the pre-Sandman Holden panel vans, the HG Belmont makes the strongest case for its own beauty, without any lifestyle packaging whatsoever. The HG shape was clean, well-resolved, and carried a distinctly Australian confidence that reflected Holden at the peak of its late 1960s design form. As a panel van, it wore all of those qualities very comfortably indeed. The Belmont trim gave the HG a tidy, unpretentious presentation that suited the panel van body perfectly. No wild decals, no bonnet scoops, no cultural statements of any kind. Just a very good-looking Australian commercial vehicle doing exactly what was asked and looking considerably better than it had any obligation to. The Belmont sits right on the cusp of the lifestyle era about to change everything. It is the last genuinely innocent entry in the Holden van story, and there is real beauty in exactly that. That was the clean, innocent era of the Australian panel van, but now the personality starts arriving. A tiny Ford is about to punch way above its size, and after that, the big names finally start showing why panel vans became legends. The Ford Escort Sundowner van had no business being on the same street as the big Falcon and Holden vans, let alone on the same list of beautiful ones. But here it is, and justifiably so. Ford applied the Sundowner concept to the small Escort in the Australian market with bold stripes, youth market styling, and an attitude thoroughly disproportionate to its actual dimensions. Nobody told the Escort it was small, and it behaved with complete confidence accordingly. The Sundowner treatment gave the little van a personality that made up in charm what it simply could not match in size. Bold stripes, color coordination, and direct appeal to surf culture made it feel genuinely part of the scene rather than an undersized gate crasher. Something genuinely delightful lives inside a small commercial van wearing full Sundowner livery with absolute conviction. The Escort pulled it off better than it had any right to. By the early 1980s, the recreational van era was winding down, and the WB Holden panel van wore that transitional moment honestly. Squarer and more upright than the HQ, HJ, and HX vans that preceded it, the WB brought a more modern design language without abandoning the long Aussie panel van silhouette that had made the whole genre so visually distinctive in the first place. The proportions still worked. The long body, clean flanks, and overall sense of purpose were all intact. Holden had updated the shape without destroying the character, which is considerably harder to pull off than it sounds. The WB may not carry the cultural weight of a Sandman, but it represented the tail end of a proud tradition with real dignity. Hindsight has been considerably kinder to it than contemporary opinion ever managed to be. The next van is not soft, not subtle, and definitely not trying to look pretty in the polite way. It might be the meanest-looking Falcon panel van Australia ever built. If the XA panel van was muscular, the XB was the version that had spent the intervening years taking it far too seriously, and the result was magnificent. The XB front end gave the Falcon van a sharper, more aggressive face that communicated street machine energy immediately, and those stronger styling cues flowing into the established body created something that looked purposeful and genuinely tough from every conceivable direction. The XB panel van needed no lifestyle extras to be interesting. The standard body was already doing the visual work with considerable authority. Paint it correctly and park it anywhere, and the presence it generated was something most sports car designers would have been pleased to achieve. Today, XB panel vans command serious collector attention and serious money, which are the two most reliable indicators that a vehicle's looks have genuinely stood the test of time. The XD Sundowner is a different kind of beautiful to what came before it, and it took a while for the broader public to recognize that. Boxier and more upright than the flowing XC, the XD brought a distinctly early 80s sensibility to the Sundowner formula. The sharp lines that felt jarring in 1979 eventually revealed themselves to be exactly right for the era, and documented XD Sundowner panel vans showed Ford had made the new shape work convincingly. The Sundowner package gave the XD a focused, purposeful street van energy that suited the sharper styling well. Bold stripes on a bolder shape, and the combination worked entirely on its own terms. There is a very specific kind of cool that belongs entirely to the early 1980s, and the XD Falcon Sundowner panel van owns it completely and without the slightest apology. Up next is the Chrysler that arrived late, sold in tiny numbers, and somehow looked cool enough to make people wonder why Chrysler did not do this much sooner. The CL Drifter arrived late to the lifestyle van party and walked in looking better than most guests who had been there for hours. Rare, seriously stylish, and different in all the right ways, the Drifter used the Valiant panel van body with Charger-inspired grille styling, color-coded details, bold decals, and a level of factory presentation that made clear Chrysler had treated this project seriously, rather than treating it as a catalog exercise with extra stickers. Hemi 6 and V8 availability gave buyers genuine engine options to match the visual ambition, and the whole package came together with a cohesion that competing lifestyle vans sometimes struggled to achieve. The Drifter looked like a unified idea rather than a collection of accessories attached to a van. Rarity makes the CL Drifter one of the most exciting panel van discoveries an Australian collector can make today, and a clean example creates its own atmosphere at any show it attends. The HJ Sandman took the formula and gave it a classier, more composed face, and the improvement was immediately visible to anyone paying attention. The HJ front end was smoother and more refined than the HQ, and on a Sandman, that extra polish added a new dimension of style to an already confident machine. Still completely and unmistakably 1970s Australian beach culture, but wearing it with noticeably more sophistication. The combination of the updated front end with bold Sandman colors and full decal treatment produced a van that looked both purposeful and genuinely beautiful, which very few commercial vehicles of any era manage simultaneously with this kind of ease. The HJ Sandman sits one step below the most famous versions on this list, and given the company it keeps up there, finishing behind the most famous Sandmans is simply the reality of how good this era was. Well, only 3 vans left. Ford's best shot at beating the Sandman is still here. The Sandman everyone pictures in their head is also here, and the original legend is waiting at number 1. The XC Falcon Sundowner is Ford's greatest achievement in the lifestyle panel van space, and claiming that requires no bravery because the evidence is overwhelming. The XC front end gave the Falcon van its most handsome face yet. The Sundowner package delivered bonnet scoops, sports wheels, driving lights, and full instrumentation, and the long Falcon body tied everything together magnificently. From the front, the XC Sundowner had presence. From the side, it had length and composure. From the rear, it had genuine attitude. A van that looks equally compelling from every angle is rarer than most people appreciate, and the XC pulled it off with casual authority. This Falcon is one of the most visually complete Australian vehicles of the 1970s, full stop. The fact that it started life as a commercial body makes it no less beautiful and no less deserving of this position. Close your eyes and picture a Sandman. The van in your head right now is almost certainly an HX. Bright factory colors with absolutely no interest in going unnoticed. Bold decals running the full length of the body. GTS-style details delivered without hesitation. And the full-blooded 1970s panel van attitude applied with the confidence of a manufacturer that knew exactly what its buyers wanted. This is the Sandman that defined the image for an entire generation. The HX represented the formula at peak confidence. Holden had refined the concept through the HQ and HJ generations, and by the HX they had it exactly right. Finishing second on this list is the most competitive second place in Australian automotive history. The only van ahead of it is the one that invented the whole idea in the first place. The HQ Sandman launched in 1974, spent just 9 months in production before the HJ arrived, and in that brief window established a cultural legacy that has grown with every passing decade. Holden took the smooth HQ body, added wild factory colors, bucket seats, and Sandman branding, and created something Australia had not known it needed until the moment it appeared in showrooms. The HQ body is the reason this van sits at number 1. Smoother, cleaner, and more elegant than the Sandmans that followed. Early HQ examples are particularly rare, making any survivor today not simply a beautiful vehicle, but a piece of Australian automotive history that barely existed long enough to be properly counted. Every van on this list owes something to the HQ Sandman. It did not invent the panel van, but it became the van that defined what a beautiful Australian panel van meant. Nothing before or since has come close to taking that title away. Which one of these panel vans would you take home? And did I leave out one that deserved a spot in this list? Drop it in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching this episode, give it a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and goodbye.